we have our east wall and our west wall now. East is on the top, west is on the bottom. So I'm gonna move these closer so you can see them in the same window. So I'm gonna give you a variety of options. A lot of you feel that Grasshopper is too confusing or too difficult with the number of commands. So if that's true, at this point, you can bake out of Grasshopper and then use these surfaces and grid points and then continue using the paneling tools inside of Rhino. So to do that, we would double click here and type surface from grid. So I'm gonna copy and then paste so we have one for each wall. If I connect it, you immediately notice that a surface has appeared. And I'm gonna go and bake these. So bake onto the surface layer, right click, bake onto the surface layer. So now I've made a surface here. Surfaces, two surfaces. And then I can use this in Rhino to create paneling tools, which you guys are very good at now because you've practiced. So you can use your PT grid surface domain number and select both. And then 25 by 16, same as what's in I didn't put on the right layer. So same as what I use here in Grasshopper. I'm gonna turn off the ISO curves, properties, deselect, ISO curves, go back into layers now. If you see the surface domain, grid surface domain number, it creates an even surface in the middle, but the perimeter is not even. So you can either cut off this perimeter with PT trim grid, which you learned in the very first paneling tutorial, or you can use the grid in Grasshopper. So if I go back into Grasshopper, if I type this domain number here, so this is from your paneling tool, and I'm going to just connect one to each surface for simple understanding. And your U and V are the same as here. So U is 25, 25 goes here. V is your Z number of cells going here. U again, and V is here and here. So 25 from the beginning. Connect all the way to V, and then 25 and 16. So if you see now, it's created the equivalent. Except when it creates this, it doesn't have this strange unevenness. So let me bake it. You can't just bake it from this point. If you bake it from this point, it won't give you a group of points. It'll just give you each point. So you have to go to Bake Grid. If you use Bake Grid, it will give you a grid that allows you to use the paneling tool. So I'm going to copy and paste Control-C, Control-V, and connect to the grid here. And the name, I call this one Grid East. And then name this one right-click, Set Text, Grid West, commit changes. And then Bake, you have to change to, let me put it in the window so you can see. This one, you have to change this, right click on Bake, set Boolean true, and then it'll come out. And then this one, right click, set boolean true again, and then both will be there. And then I'm going to go back to Rhino right now, and then move this grid to this point here. So if I compare the two, I'm going to leave it in red so you can see the difference. I'm going to turn off the ISO curves again here so you can see the points a little bit better. So this is the grid using the paneling tools in Grasshopper, and this is the grid using the paneling tools in Rhino.